that makes the team.
The Human Torch was denied a fake loan.
The arsonist had all the sheets feet.
This is what happens when you put mics in front of us three. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Josh Lyon Team Podcast, brought to you by Velocity Lending and the Josh Lyon Team.
That's us.
What is up?
How are you fellas today?
Super duper neato.
Nice. Well, usually in these podcasts, we do talk about a lot about loans and stuff like that, but every once in a while, we like switching it up and talking about something that's not loan-based, just for the sake of you guys hearing what we have to say about it. So
We do have lives outside of lending.
sometimes
Factual.
we do. But
Not
today,
a lot, but we.
I think I even have a child.
I think.
I love it though because she'll go to our
second.
YouTube and like watch all of our videos.
I'm glad she thinks we're fun.
She's never watched a podcast, but she will just watch them on repeat. So that's why we have like 12 views.
hey, however you get the views, man, that's all that matters, right? But today, I was going to bring up the subject of Colorado sports. There's been a lot that's been going on.
March Madness with Colorado sports.
Yeah, I guess that's
It was crazy.
Well, this will probably go out in April, but it's cool.
Well, but I mean, this month has been crazy.
It's been a wild month for
We're
sure.
filming on the 30th, if anybody cares.
Now let's get the boring topic out of the way. The Denver Broncos. They've gotten some picks. I still think they're going to be the third best team in the AFC West.
Oh my God, the Cowboys suck. I'm sorry.
I'm not saying that they don't.
AFC West.
I'm absolutely not saying that they don't. But I'm outside looking in. I'm just like, yo, you have the Chiefs who have won the Super Bowl 3 times in a row, right?
No.
Yes.
They what?
They've been to the Super Bowl 3 times.
No, they didn't.
In a row.
No, they didn't. The Bengals went this year, bro.
Oh, no, they did. Huh? That's right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Shout out.
went twice.
Chiefs won. No, they won once and then lost
You know what? No, yeah, but anyways.
to Tim
I
Brady.
always forget they should have won that game because of stupid overtime rules, right? Is that how they won that one?
The Chiefs?
Chiefs
no,
beat the Bills.
Bengals. No, the Bengals beat. Anyways, regardless,
No, go Bengals. They're my second favorite team.
I will say, okay, so this is my opinion, and I'll leave it at that. You guys can talk trash as much as you want. I think it's gonna go Chiefs, Chargers, Broncos, and then Raiders.
Here's the thing about the Chargers is that they get hyped up every single
This is
year.
different, though.
And
It's
then
absolutely
go
different this year.
500.
I'm going to steal this from Mr. Mark Schlereth. The Chargers are going to Charger.
That's accurate.
this
They're
is-
going to go 500, which is impossible now, the 17-game season. So they'll go 9-8
slipping.
or 10-7.
You guys understand though that you guys play these teams, what, 6 times a year? That's like almost half of your schedule.
Just twice each
Yeah, that's 6 times.
out of 17 games.
So if we
Still 11
split-
others you can win.
I'm just saying, man. That
And-
those games might be huge.
But here's reality as well. What is the Chiefs offense going to look like without Tyreek Hill?
Completely different.
It's Mahomes, dude. It's fine. He'll be fine.
Is
I
it?
know.
Yeah, it'd be
I don't
fine.
know, man. Like, there's that meme out there that's like, I don't
He's
know.
got Travis Kelce, man.
Well, he's like, F it. Tyreek's down there somewhere.
Yeah, just
No, you're not wrong. But yeah, I mean,
I think that's going to change their game.
but also
a
you guys
lot.
don't realize you guys have a
Well,
first
they
year
also-
coach as well. Like, there's a lot that's going into the Broncos.
But
Like,
we also have a Hall of Fame quarterback. Something that the Dallas Cowboys don't have.
why, I'm not even trying to talk trash about the Cowboys.
You talk so much smack. I got to give it back.
I'm not
to you.
talking smack. I'm just literally singing from the outside. Russell Wilson is a wonderful pick. Absolutely, he is. But y'all need to calm down and understand you guys have a competitive division.
Agreed.
I think it's the best division.
It's the best division.
Absolutely.
Football by
I
far.
agree with that 100%. Now, there's also the whole thing of like, speaking kind of going the Broncos is the stadium fire, right? There's like the new owners talking things like that. And I was listening to a conversation. I forgot what radio station it was. Doesn't matter.
It's on fire because they let Russ cook.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't the fan because I don't really like them. But anyways, they were talking about like with the new ownership, how they would have to build a new stadium. And like there's like options about like moving it to Aurora, things like that. And I was like, yo, what if you guys just like get rid of Villages and put the stadium right there?
Well, I mean, what I heard too was out by the airport.
Yeah, that's what I heard as well. was
Would
more
be
out
the
there.
most, I mean, right? Because you have it in Arizona, and then in the Patriots Stadium, they're all similar. They're out of the way, but they built their little communities out there.
Well,
And there's
and
plenty of land out there to do
What
it.
I would love about that is that I'm actually closer from my house
Yeah.
than
Right.
going down
and
to
you don't have to
Denver.
go to downtown Denver
Right.
and deal with that.
Right.
I mean, but I just feel like the downtown, like, because I know that like with the stadium now, that like the authority or whatever they are, have like a big say in how like what this happens to the stadium. I'm just saying, just literally move it across I-25. There's enough land to do it.
But knocking something down completely is different than just building up from land.
That's what I'm saying though. Is like
The
you move
extra cost.
Illich's because they're already planning on moving it. So just move it to like Dick's Sporting Goods Park. Use that land for instead of like housing.
There is land out there.
Yeah.
in Commerce, or
Yeah, but
is
no
that
one, wants,
Commerce
no one
City?
wants to go to Commerce City. Like, where you get a
No.
pregame, like, next to, like, the Dick's Sporting Goods
Well, I
Park.
mean, but you also like you have what is that? The hotel that's out there by the airport.
The Hyatt?
No,
No, it's not the Great Wolf
The
Lodge.
Gaylord.
Gaylord, right? So you have that, and like to me that makes sense, and I think that's what they'll do.
I think they'll keep it downtown, if anything, but that's also me.
Bet.
Now we're going to move on to the next stadium that's closer by. We have the Avalanche, who they're doing really good.
Yes.
Yeah,
Number one
hockey.
seed.
I don't follow hockey, so Dakota, that's all you.
They're the number 1 seed right now
In the world.
Mr. McKinnon came back from his hand injury.
He
So he
did.
was like gone for a day.
Yep. I mean, basically, we're just waiting for the playoffs at this point.
Yeah. I'm going to the game in 2 weeks. So
I
I'm
feel like
excited.
I've never been to an Avs game, actually.
What?
Never been.
Dude, they're so fun.
Hockey games are amazing.
I mean, are they, though? I've been to Eagles games, and they're fun.
The way
but
I put it is, if I don't have a dog in the fight, I always want to go to a hockey game over any other sport.
I would agree.
That's fair. Yeah. Baseball, maybe. I went to Mariners game last year. That was kind of fun.
No, I went to a
And they
Rocky,
played Boston, too, and they beat Boston.
I went to a
Suck it.
Rockies game, and they were playing like the Brewers. I'm like, this is freaking god awful.
That's also because you have IX. I mean, you follow the Red Sox.
I
Bro.
want to win. We win championships.
Sometimes.
Well, I can go over the last few that we've won if you would like me to.
Oh, I sound like a Bronco fan already. Jesus Christ. It's the worst.
All right, well, then let's get to what you want to talk about, G.
You-
The
G, you
Denver
only-
Nuggets.
No, I wanted to talk about the stadium, but all right, let's talk about the Nuggets then. All right, it's fine. It's cool.
It's the only thing you care about.
I do, man. I love my Nuggets right now. I don't know if they're winning right now. I hope they are, but as of now, as of this taping, they're in the 6th seed and the playoffs. Nikola Jokic, hopefully by this time comes out, is announced the MVP because he should be. He should be. I don't care what anyone else says.
2 times in a row.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, and the craziest thing is if he wins 2 times in a row, it's not going to change anything. Like, we're still not going to have a Christmas game. We're not going to have a bunch of primetime games either.
Well,
It's gonna be so
It's
stupid.
cool. The Lakers will be out of the play. Wait, they are
The
out
Nuggets
of the
did
playoffs.
win.
Okay.
Apple Watch just told me.
Nice.
Yeah, like what I think is just so frustrating is I don't follow even close like you do, but it's always talking about the Lakers, the national news,
Yeah.
and the Lakers are atrocious, and they've got to be the most talked about worst team in sports history.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big Lakers guy. I'm not a big LA guy. So anything LA can suck it, really.
Well, and you can't talk about sports history like that because historically the Lakers have been very good.
Also, the Lakers are the reason why sports are as glamorous as they are in the U.S.
Showtime.
Yeah. Winning time.
Showtime.
Why? Because you guys watched a show on HBO. So
No, but I mean, it's
That's what they
actually
called it.
You're a
It's
Lakers
that's called winning
expert.
time.
No, that's what they called it when
Oh, yeah,
Magic
Showtime.
Johnson was
I
there and they
know,
were running
I
that
know.
offense and stuff.
right, but
was
that's
flashy
a
and the
far
glamour.
cry of the LeBron James led Lakers.
100%.
No, absolutely. I mean, they got spoiled with, like the 80s and then the the 2000s with, Kobe and Shaq and Paul Gasol. Honestly, I look back and watch those and I'm like, man, those are good teams.
Yeah.
I just hate the Lakers. I can't stand them. I can't stand the Clippers either because, LA, but
Did you hear this has nothing with the Nuggets, but apparently Shaq was saying how they would win or lose games to try to dodge the Jazz in the early 2000s?
That makes sense.
that does make sense.
I just thought that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I think if you're gonna play and play the best, but whatever, Shaq.
I mean, sometimes like you get into like that playoff scenario where you're just like, well, if we
you don't-
move down a spot, these guys just lost a bunch of players. Why not play
Because the
them
Jazz
instead?
at the time, were they just like a good matchup for them? Is that why?
bad matchup?
Or a bad matchup, yeah.
I would
sorry.
assume so. I don't know. I mean, but the Jazz were legit because at that point in time too.
Yeah.
Yeah, was Stockton and Malone still there? Mm-hmm. Or the mailman?
No way. That was during Jordan.
I mean, that was like 98, wasn't it? When
I guess
Jordan
you're
was
right.
last
Yeah.
one?
No, you're
Late
totally right.
90s,
Yeah.
early 2000s.
I forget. I forget.
I don't know. All I know is that the Nuggets this year, I don't think they're going to do much in the playoffs. They'll win the first round. But next season, oh my goodness, I'm so excited.
Because Jamal Murray will be
Michael
back.
Porter
Jamal
Jr. will
Murray.
still be hurt.
Yeah, I'm okay with
Jamal,
that.
Jamal Murray will probably tear his ACL again.
You shut your mouth.
So they'll be in the same boat.
No.
But don't worry, Aaron Gordon might average like 14.
Jamal Murray is going to come back with comeback player of the year. Aaron Gordon's going to just step it up. Michael Porter Jr. is probably still going to be hurt because he's always hurt.
So I guess I have
Zeke Naji
Can
or
I ask a
Bones?
question?
Oh,
Bones,
I'm
yeah,
so
Bones.
excited.
Can I ask a
Bones
question?
is fun to
No,
watch.
you're not a Nuggets fan.
So you're super down on the Broncos, but you're so high on the Nuggets.
Yeah.
But literally, what's the difference between saying, "Oh well, the Broncos have X, Y, and Z," but they haven't played together? But
The Nuggets have
really,
made the
neither-
playoffs in the past 3 to 4 years. That's what the biggest difference is.
Okay.
Did Michael Malone just sign a contract?
Yeah, he just got
extension?
extended. I mean, that's the thing is like you guys haven't made the playoffs in the past 3. I mean,
5.
since your Super Bowl win, right?
Yeah, the Broncos and the Jets have the longest streak without making the playoffs.
That's crazy, and that's what I'm saying is like how can you can't expect it to be like a San Francisco scenario when Jim Harbaugh took over, right?
But making the playoffs and winning the Super Bowl different. Like the Broncos will make the playoffs next year.
I don't know, dude. I honestly don't think they will.
Bet.
I mean, I don't know. That your division itself is already difficult enough. So I don't know. We'll
That's
see.
a crazy thing. Any given Sunday, man.
I guess. Except I said, unless you're like the Lions or Jacksonville. Yeah. Any given Urban Meyer at that point, man. Jeez. That was
That
such a
dude-
train wreck, dude.
Like, how does that happen?
How
Did you hear that he actually asked if he asked
who Aaron Donald? Who's this? Who's this 99 on Los Angeles?
This dude's pretty good. We should probably
Redonkulous.
double team him.
All right, we got one more sport to talk
Three-time
about.
defensive player of the year, and he doesn't.
It's so bad, right? But okay, we got one more sport to talk about, and that is, I love this. That is the Rockies, or the MLB. Right?
The Rockies aren't a professional team, so we can go ahead and skip over them.
No, we're going to check all our spots today. Okay.
Well, big shout out though. Thank you for Trevor Story.
Honestly, I think a big thing about the Rockies is that it comes down to just being like a development team for like the rest of the MLB. It's so stupid.
And we have the worst ownership.
Or they
Oh,
get
so- no, not
get
the
washed
worst.
up, folks. Yeah.
Yeah, because they got Chris Bryant, right?
Here's what I don't. Thank you. Here's what I don't understand is
You're
that
welcome.
Arenado signed that exact same contract that Chris Bryant did
Yeah, but Arenado's
just
actually
2 years
good.
later. Exactly.
Yeah,
Why couldn't we have paid him at the
here's
time?
thing
Because
with
he.
Arenado, what is his batting average in the playoffs?
I have no idea.
It's like 0.1.
it's 0.
Bad.
It's really bad, dude. It's sub 200. I think he's like like 140 in the playoffs.
Sheesh.
Yeah. See, I know my stats.
I like having Chris here as like a producer. To,
Right.
I wish he could like
we
speak
have a
into our
producer
ears
on
to
our
like
last
give.
few podcasts, so we're kind of a big deal.
Yeah, it's stupid.
But I mean,
That's that stupid.
the Rockies,
I don't know.
They don't care.
No, but
right?
that's also-
they're the Disney of Major League Baseball. People go and are always going to go, and they're going to make a ton of money because people go.
Yeah.
The Rockies are the epitome of Colorado sports outside of the Denver Broncos, in the sense of like it's all about the flash and it's not about the sport.
And bandwagon fans.
Well,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
disagree.
Like
Because I would take the Avs out of that.
Yeah, I guess the Avs would be like, the second, but also, I mean, you can't even watch them on local TV stations anymore.
Right.
So how much is that really the priority, right?
I can watch them on my TV, but go ahead.
But that's, I mean, you can watch the Nuggets on it too if you can watch the Avs.
Yeah, TDS.
Come on now.
What? I don't care about the Nuggets.
How dare you?
Professional basketball is not my game.
You're not my game.
I will watch some skill buffs though, even though we.
But I was, yeah. I guess all I can say is make sure if you're from Colorado, just support your Colorado teams, even if it's college, because we don't even care about college, really.
Hold on a second.
You're a Cowboys fan.
Thank you.
Yeah. I support all of them except for the Broncos. That's, I mean,
I
what's wrong with
support
that?
all of them but the Rockies.
Yeah, that's okay though. We get that. We understand that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
You love the rooftop. You just hate the team that plays at the Coors Field. That's what happens.
Yeah. Well, again, they designed it. Did Disney
Whoa,
come
whoa,
to them, or did
whoa.
they go to Disney to design it?
I mean,
I'm pretty sure they went to Disney when they
to
were doing
design
it
it
back
too,
in
because they wanted to make it. an
they're like, we're
experience.
never going to see
What's-
this. We're never going to see Disneyland after our championship. So let's just build their stadium look like Disneyland.
What's crazy is they're like the 7th oldest stadium, Major League Baseball.
Well, that's the thing with the Broncos too. Is like you think about it, like the old Invesco. I can't remember what is it called now.
Mile High Stadium?
Yeah,
Power
just Empower Field at Mile High. Thank you.
Whoa.
They
Is that- I thought they
it was
changed it
built in
again.
like what 2000, 2001, and now it's
01.
like the third
99.
old, or it's like the third oldest
old one.
stadium or something like that.
The 2001 was when it was built.
Yeah,
Talking to the mic.
I am talking into the mic.
You're talking like this.
I'm sorry. I was looking at Dakota. My head hurts. So,
but
get
yeah,
off me.
like it's now one of the oldest stadiums, and then like you really think about it, you're like, oh man, like yeah, a bunch of teams have got new stadiums recently.
Well, because I mean, it's no longer in our society. It's no longer about at the stadium. It's about the experience.
Right, and that's what we were talking about with like built like
less
in
about
Dallas
sports.
they call it like Jerry World, right, where he's basically built a city around the
It's
stadium.
kind of obnoxious, dude, honestly.
And then Levi Stadium is the same in San Francisco, and
Arizona's the same.
Buffalo Bills just got approved for them to do something like that.
Well, so they don't leave
Yeah, probably.
because I'm pretty sure they were like wanted to leave Buffalo if they didn't get a new stadium.
Right? Yeah, it got approved. It's like a $2.4 billion build or something crazy like.
Oh, that's
that.
not much.
Well, and that's the thing is like, where's the money come from, right?
Chump change.
It's jump change for these guys for sure.
But it's funded by the taxpayers in most cases.
Yeah.
Not if you're a Cronky.
How many sports teams does that dude own? Like
He owns
79?
4, 5, 6.
Does he own
Yeah,
like
but
a
they're some of
soccer
the
team?
biggest.
He owns the Rapids, the Nuggets, the Avs, the Mammoth, the Rams. He owns Arsenal as well.
Yeah. Arsenal's the big one.
And I think he owns like a bunch of like esports stuff too.
That's crazy.
He knows where to put his money at.
Does anybody know if he wants to adopt a 37-year-old?
Three middle-aged men.
Just one of us. I will be your son.
That was our podcast. Let us know your thoughts and opinions on Colorado sports. As you can tell, we're all on different pages on it. We all follow different sports as well. Sko Buffs, though. Sko Buffs for
Buffs.
sure. Yeah. Thank you guys again for tuning in. Again, if you guys need more information, not about sports, but about buying a home, getting pre-approved for a home.
Well, if you guys want to argue about
and dropping it, things like that.
If they want to argue about sports, they can still call us.
Yeah, absolutely. They will.
I'd be more than happy.
We'll take in some calls next time. We will. It's okay. Thank you guys again. Lorinda, hi.
All right.
We'll see you guys next time.
Appreciate it, everybody.
Bye.